morning students, myself Rachna Shukla welcomes you to our YouTube channel of Gyan Manjari Modern School. Today I am here with standard 8 and subject maths, and our ongoing chapter is lesson number 3, that is squares and square root. So in the previous part we studied about what is the square and what are the square roots. We also studied about the squares of the numbers 1 to 20. Then we learned about how to square a number. Then we saw two properties of square. In today's part we will continue with the third property, and I am writing here the third property. So continuing with properties of squares, and the third property, all of you know that you are writing these properties in your fair book. So continue after property second. Your third property is a number which has odd numbers of zeros at the end is never a perfect square. That means if you have any number and if there are odd number of zeros after that number, so that number is never a perfect square. What does it mean? See, if I take example as 10. So in 10 there is odd number of 0, that is only 1 0. Here it's only 1 0. So it is not a perfect square. Then I can take example as 81,000. In 81,000, if whether the question is check whether 81,000 is a perfect square or not, then it has 3 zeros. So 3 is an odd number, so it is also not a perfect square. But if we take 100, in 100 how many zeros are there? 2 zeros are there. So it is a perfect square. Okay students, it is a perfect square. Why? Because the number of zeros are even, that is only 2 zeros, and here the number of zeros are odd, that is 3 0, 1 0, 5 0 is not a perfect square. Now coming to the next property, property number 4, and that is squares of even numbers are even and squares of odd numbers are odd. What does this property mean, students? Squares of even numbers are even and squares of odd numbers are odd. That means if you take the square of 3, 3 3s are 9, so both the numbers will be odd. If you take the square of 4, 4 4s are 16, so both the number and the answer both will be even. So odd number will give the square odd and even number will give the square even. Example, 3, the square root of 3 is 9. Both are odd. Then I take 6. 6 means 36. So both are even. So odd number gives odd number square and even number gives even number square. Let's move on to the next property, that is property number 5. Note down these things in your fair book. The fifth property, the number of digits in the square of an n-digit number is either 2n minus 1 or 2n. What does it mean? That means the number of digit in the square of an n-digit number, the number of the square is either 2n minus 1 or 2n. So, we will see this with the help of an example. Example, 3 square equal to 9 and 4 square is equal to 16. Then 12 square is equal to 144 and 41 square is equal to 1681. So, how to prove this 2n minus 1 or 2n? So, in 3 square, if we put here 3, 2 3s are 6 and 6 minus 1, it will be 5. So, the number of digit in the square of an n-digit number is either 2n minus 1 or 2n. That means, see, this is a single digit number and this is 2-digit number. See, here it's 2 digit, here also it is 2 digit and here it is only 1 digit. So, you don't have to do like that way, but you have to put 2, 1 and 1. So, 2 minus 1, your digit will be only 1. Here how many digit is there? 1 digit. So, put in the formula only 1. And here in case of 41, how many digits are there? 2 digits are there. So, this formula will be applicable. 2 2s are 4. So, you got the answer of 4-digit number. And here 12 square 144. So, apply this formula. How many digits are there? 2 digits. So, put here 2. 2 2s are 4 minus 1 3 digit. So, 3 digits came. Okay students. Then coming to a very important notice, write down in your fair book. Note, a perfect square will always have 1 4 5 6 9 or 0 at the end or at its units place. See, if you take any perfect square, the perfect square at the end or at the unit place, it will have either 1 or 4 or 5, 6, 9 or 0. Let's have an example for this. Example of 1, we take 121. This is a perfect square. So, and it is 1. Then for 4, let's take 64. 64, that 8 8s are 64 and 4. 5, 25. It is also a perfect square. All these are perfect square. 6. For 6 it will be 36. At the end it is perfect square because it is 6. Then comes 9. 49. Last unit digit 9. 0. 100. unit digit 0. So each and every perfect square or all perfect square will have either 1 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 9 or 0 at the unit place of the digit. Okay students, these were all the properties of squares. Note down it in your fair book, and now we will see the examples related to the squares and square root. I am starting example 4 of your textbook, and these examples you have to write in your example book. So I am reading first the question. By observing the unit digit, which of the following numbers cannot be perfect square? The question is cannot be perfect square. So the first question is 3, 4, 8, 6. The second one is 4, 8, 6, 7. The third one is 8, 9, 1, 3. So you have to tell directly whether it is a perfect square or it is not a perfect square. Just before few minutes we learned that in the unit place, if we have certain numbers, then the number is a perfect square. So here it is 6. Okay students, so we will write yes, it is a perfect square. Why it is a perfect square? Because the unit digit is 6. The unit digit is 6. The unit digit must be either 1 or 4 or 5 or 6, like that way. So it is 6. Now coming to 4, 8, 6, 7. So 4, 8, 6, 7 is a perfect square or not a perfect square? No, it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. Now why it is not a perfect square? Because the unit digit is 7. So 7 cannot be the unit digit of a perfect square. The unit digit is 7. So the numbers 2, 3, 7 and 8, 2, 3, 7 and 8 cannot be the unit digit of perfect squares. They cannot be the unit digit of perfect squares. So it is not a perfect square. Now talking about this number 8913. The unit digit is 3. So this is also not a perfect square. No, it is not a perfect square. Now why it is not a perfect square? Because the unit digit is 3. What is the unit digit? It is 3. So the numbers with the digits 2, 3, 7 or 8 cannot be perfect square. So this is not a perfect square. The unit digit is 3. So this number is also not a perfect square. Now let's see next example, that is example number 5. Example 5. I am reading the question from the textbook. Write down the unit digit of the square for each of the following numbers. You have to write down the unit digit of the square of the number. So, the first number is 24. So, what will be the square unit digit of the square? So, last number, let's see last number, 4. 4 is even number. So, 4 into 4 is 16. So, at the last, the square of this number 24, the unit digit of that square will end in 6. What will be the unit digit? It will be 6. Therefore, 6 will be unit digit of the square of the number 24. And we have also studied in the property that if any number which has 4 in the unit digit, then its square will end in 6. We have also studied this rule in the property. Then next one is 68. Now, let's see the unit digit. What is the unit digit here? 8. So, 8 into 8 is 64. So, what will be the unit digit in the square of 68? It will be 4. Therefore, 4 will be unit digit of the of the square of the number 68. So, the square of 68 will end in digit 4. The third one, that is 45. What is the third one? 45. Now, in 45, what is the unit digit? The unit digit is 5. So, let's see what will be the square's unit digit. 5 into 5 is 25. So, what came last? 5. Therefore, 5 will be the unit digit of the square of the number 45. So, if you square the number 45, 45 into 45, you get the unit digit as 5. And according to the property, if any digit ends in 5, its square also ends in 5. So, with this we have completed example 5. Now, you have to write both these examples, example 4 and 5 in your example book. Now, I will start exercise 3B, question number 4. 1, 2, 3 you will do in your homework. So, I am doing question number 4. Exercise 3B, question number 4. See, the question is, find the sum of the following numbers without actually adding the numbers. You don't have to add the numbers. You will solve directly. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 13 plus 15. So, the question is, find the sum of the numbers without adding the numbers. You don't have to add the numbers, but still you have to find the sum of the number. So, how to do? First count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. N equal to 8. Therefore, 8 into 8 is equal to 64. What is your answer? 64. Simply count the numbers. How many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then multiply by or find out the square. 8 8s are 64. The second question. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17. So, if you want to find the total of all these numbers, then first find out how many numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many numbers are there? 9 numbers. So, n equal to 9. Therefore, 9 9s are 81. Your answer is 81. Very quick answer you got. And the third one. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So, first count 1, 2, 3, 4. N equal to 4. Therefore, 4 into 4 is 16. You got your answer directly by counting the numbers and then square that particular number. And you got 16. So, now see next question. Question number 5. Question number 5. Express the following as a sum of consecutive odd numbers starting with 1. So, you have to reverse that. Question number 4. Your question is 7 square. So, how we will write? Expand 7 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 numbers. All odd numbers you will write, and in between you will do plus sign, because 7 7s are 49. Next, number 2 is 81. Now, what is 81? 81 is 9 square. What is 81? 81 is 9 square. So, it's 9 square. So, 9 numbers. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17. So, this is your answer. Like this way, you will do 5 square and 11 square by yourself. Do both these sums, this and this by yourself. Write your 5 numbers, all the odd numbers, in between plus sign, here odd numbers, in between plus sign, and here you will write 11 numbers. So, with this I complete today's session, and today we have learned more properties of squares, numbers, and your today's homework is example 4 and 5 in example book, and exercise 3.B, question number 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Yes, all these questions, question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your fair book. So, this is your today's homework. Please do it neatly and correctly in your example book and fair book. Click the photo and paste it in your WhatsApp group. So, example 4, 5 in example book and exercise 3B, question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your fair book. With this, I end the session for today's, and we will meet in the next session with continuation of the chapter lesson number 3, squares and square root. Thank you students. Take care and bye bye.